Good evening, you guys. This is Quadria Marie of Scholar Media and Scholar Global. Thank you for tuning in to my second SkolerTalk Show. Just to give people more time, whoever signs on, just let me know if I sound clear, if I look clear to you guys. I just added some background music, some relaxing saxophone music playing in the background. I try to change up some lighting just to see if I can do a little bit something different this week. But of course next week I'm going to try something else, so just let me know again if I sound clear and look clear to you guys out there. I'm hoping you all are having a happy Memorial Day. I'm hoping you guys had a nice weekend. You know, it was very nice weather, very lovely out here in the state of Jersey, holla, New Jersey. So I'm hoping you guys had fun, even if you just stayed home and just relax yourself. You know, when you get in your 30s, sometimes the best thing for you to do is just nothing. Just stay home, relax. But even if you went out to some cookouts and ate, y'all know I love to eat. So I'm hoping you guys did go out. Some of y'all went out and enjoyed yourself. And even though those of you who went to work, hopefully your work days went well this weekend. Most of us have to go back to work again tomorrow. I had a nice, lovely 3-day break. Hey Cal, hey Mom, hey Riz, thank you guys for joining. Just let me know if I sound clear to you guys and if I look clear. Again, as I said earlier, I added some music and I tried to change up some lighting. I ain't all that technical, but I was trying to do some different things. Hey Mom, how you doing? So just let me know how I sound before. Hey Riz, I miss you, Riz. Hope I can see you soon. He's one of my good guy friends in the media field, big entrepreneur doing big things in North community. So holla to you as well as everyone else who is on tonight watching. Each and every Monday I will be on here at 7:20 p.m. Facebook Live, as you see now, under Quadria Marie Brown, discussing various topics. So far I've been doing relationship topics just because that's what it is. That's just what's been coming up now. But I am going to have different topics. I might touch politics. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet as a journalist, but it's there. Maybe coming out soon, maybe closer towards the elections. But I will be discussing finance tips. I have been working on my credit lately, so I want to help you guys with that. Thank you, Kyle, for letting me know that everything is loud and clear and the video is great. I appreciate that, brother. Again, my topic tonight, if you didn't see my earlier post, is being childless and dating someone with kids. Or if you yourself has a child and dating someone without a child, or if you both have kids. I just want to know you guys' opinions and thoughts on that, because of course I am childless right now, so I can only speak from my personal perspective from that end. But I want you guys on here, and of course you only see me talking, but I want you guys coming on, commenting, so not only for me to learn from, but for others to come on and read your comments now and come on later and see what you guys are talking about, your opinions and thoughts, because it's a learning experience. It's not just me up here just so you can hear me talk. I do want people to come on and actually learn, which is why I said I'm going to have different topics on here. And again, this is my second Scholar Talk. I'm still baby in the process, so I'm still learning, but it's fun for me. It makes me feel good that I'm able to interact with you guys out there. I'm using the Quadria Marie Brown simply because I have so many more followers on here versus my Scholar Media page. So I will be going live on there once I get more followers, but right now I'm going to stick with Quadria Marie Brown. But back to my topic, being childless and dating someone with kids. I know I caused a ruckus last year when I posted just a regular Facebook post. I posted that my preference is to date men without children. And that's not saying that I'm completely, was completely closed-minded to someone without that. It's just that was my preference. That's what I am. I'm a single, childless woman. So for me, it just was having that similarity. And I was kind of too biased then. I mean, I still have some feelings about that, but of course I'm more open. But before I even get into that, I just want to put it out there that I'm not in any means putting down anyone any man or woman that, that has children, I'm, really talking about as far as men, being a woman, I talk to men, I don't talk to women, so I can talk about it in that sense as far as a woman dating a man. Hey, Javon. Hey, Howard. How you guys doing? So I can only, talk about it from that end, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm putting down men with children, because I'm definitely not doing that. I mean, and I can speak from my personal experience. Father's Day is coming up, and of course, some of you may not know, but I lost my father at only 13 months old. So for me, it really means a lot when I see a young father, or even more so when I see a man that would be the same age as my dad walking with his daughter. So for me, it's just, it's crazy to think that I want to put that down, because I don't see anything more greater than, and I don't want to get emotional here, but a father with his child, son or daughter. But especially when I see a girl or a girl around my age and I see that, I will never knock that. So I don't want anyone to think that Quadria is trying to put down men who take care of their kids, because certainly here in America, we need that. We love that. We love to see, especially black men doing it, because there's so many of you. So shout out to all the black men out there who are taking care of their kids, proving society wrong, which it shouldn't be proven wrong, because it's a fact. There's so many of you out there. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Al. My cousin is on here, and some of my friends. But again, last year I did a post, and like I said, I stirred up a ruckus talking about how my preference is Javon, my preference is to date men without kids, but that's definitely not knocking men. And to me, it's the same thing as me saying I prefer, dark skin versus light skin men. Not that if Al B. Shore came up to me and wanted to talk to me or whatever, that I would say no. It's just that my preference is dark skin men. That's the only thing. And for me, one of the reasons is, like I said before, is that I'm single and childless, so I can relate to another man who's in the same position as me as far as that goes. We may have different lifestyles, but as far as that element goes, if we're both single and childless, I feel like I can relate to him. But of course, that can be proven wrong. I almost see it sometimes, and I don't know if this is good or bad, but sometimes I see it as a luxury, almost like being able to travel. Right now, if I wanted to jump, and if I had the income to do this in time, I can jump and go to Mexico. I wouldn't have to worry, if I have to make sure that, my husband and my child, is okay. And that's just how it is for me now. As you all know, I want a child. I don't have him or her yet. I'm praying, it's a him, but I don't have him or her yet. But I'm just explaining my reasonings for feeling this way. And I have opened up quite a bit. I've been around a number of men who have kids, so I've definitely seen the good of that situation. Okay, let me see. Kyle is writing, "Hey Chris, what's up?" Okay, let me read. Let me see what Kyle's saying. He says, "When you get with a man that has kids, you got to put up with them. If you truly love the dude, that's the way it is." But see, another issue with me is, and maybe you guys can help me, and sometimes I don't even want to get to the second date with a guy if I find out that he has children, because it's just, and I've talked to a number of other men and women about this, who's childless as well, and they've all voiced the same concerns. It's that when you date someone with kids, you have the drama issues, and one of the main issues with that, of course, is with me being a woman dating men, is the whole baby mama drama. Okay, Javon, let me see. Javon says, if you want to get into a serious relationship with a man with a child, you got to prepare to take the motherly road of that child. Yes, that's very true. And that goes back again, like I said, the whole baby mother issue, and having to learn how to blend the families, because if you do become serious, you are taking on the responsibility of being a step parent. And that's a big step to go from being childless, and then you're stepping into playing the role of someone's mom, because I take that very seriously, be it my own child or someone else's child. Like, this is that person's baby is in their life, is in your hands. So I do feel, if you do decide to take it serious, yes, that's very important. Right now, I'm in this weird step where I'm trying to decide myself, do I even want to get to that serious level? Would I open myself up past the first few dates to even allow myself to become serious, or to love that person? So Tanisha says, all parties, male, female, baby mother, have to have an understanding. Yes, that is very, very true. That goes back to what I was saying about the baby mother issue. When there's drama going on, it kind of just turns you off from, well, you know, he's a good man, he has a good job, he's good to me, he treats me well. Do I even want to bother with this man because the baby mother keeps calling? I don't know, is he still sleeping with this woman? Is he still visiting her? Like, what's going on? Like, and it makes you wonder, you know, as a single woman, childless woman, do you want to be bothered with this man? Because the drama of it, and this, of course, this goes for, you know, with men and women, baby daddy drama and stuff. But I'm speaking from a woman. I get turned off from this because I'm like, well, if it's 2 kids or 3 kids and 3 different baby mothers, how am I supposed to deal with this? And I even question my mom because I'm my dad's youngest of 4 different baby mothers. So apparently my mom really must have loved my dad to date him, knowing that he had 3 different baby mothers. And even though they didn't have that much drama, there still was tension, and it's still a little bit now, even though my father is no longer here and hasn't been here for a long time. My mom, you know, was the youngest, and of course she had his last seed, me, sitting here talking to you. So there's still going to be some tension there, but it's not like a whole big baby, you know, mama drama thing. And, you know, unfortunately, if my dad's not here, but I'm thinking, like, if he was here, would we had to have experienced that, you know, in life, even to this day, would it have been more drama? So sometimes, you know, things happen for a reason. I wish my father was here, but sometimes it's just like, you know, thank God we didn't have to deal with that. Newpart said, that's why I love this woman. We need more people like you. Thank you so much for saying that to me. You didn't miss anything. I was just getting started. I'm talking about the baby mama drama. My cousin says, keep your standard, cuz, and you will always be happy. And yes, I hear people tell me this all the time. I have men come up to me and say, oh, well, your standards are too high if you're just cutting men out because they don't have kids. And it's not necessarily that. If I look at a man and I see that he does have other qualities, and looking at, you know, taking out the fact that he has a child or 2, then yes, then maybe I will be open. I am more open to dating someone. But in the end, you know, if I have a choice between, you know, a good man with a child and a good man without the child, I am going to most likely pick the man, without the child, just because I don't want to deal with the baby drama issues. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, him and child support, all these different things. It kind of sometimes scares me because I have a lot of guy friends and I hear all their stories of how they just never have no money. Sometimes they can't even go see their child. A woman disappears and goes out of state and all that stuff. And I'm just like, see, this is too much. And I'm learning because I know when I have a child with someone and, you know, we don't work out, that, you know, I know not to do a lot of things. I know not to keep him from his child and things like that, because it's just like crazy to not allow a good man to see his baby. Okay, Kyle says, my advice to you, Q, is to try and deal with it the best way that you could. If you were to ever get with a man that has kids, you're going to have to learn and compromise with it, even though you don't want to. And yes, I will have to compromise. Right now, I feel like as a career woman, as a media woman, I'm already making such a big sacrifice now before I have a child. And the reason I'm doing that is to prepare myself before I have one, because obviously financially I'm not where I want to be. You know, everyone thinks that when you have a child, it's just 18 years, you know, man or woman with a kid, but it's forever, you know, until the day you close your eyes, you are a parent. And I need to make sure I'm ready financially, emotionally, that my body is right. And right now my main focus is me. And I don't mean that in a selfish, mean way, saying everything's about me and, you know, the hell anyone else. I'm saying right now, career-wise, I have to focus on getting myself together, making sure I'm good, because I can't be half a person having a baby or a husband. I need to have myself together first. So right now I'm being selfish in that sense. So for me to date someone, you know, with a child or 2 or 3, we've all seen Murray, so we've seen how that goes, even on Iyanla, you know, 22 kids. But that's a whole nother thing. But before I even date someone with a child, I have to have myself together first, because obviously having a child is the ultimate sacrifice that you can have. Let me see what Rizal wrote. He said, you're putting more faith in the drama happening than faith into what will work out. It's the drama that's either going to cause you to leave or cause you to stay. Either way, in the end, you will be thankful for both experiences. Thank you for saying that. And he has children himself, two daughters. So thank you for putting your input in. I am thinking more about the drama, and unfortunately that's because I have guys who tell me all the things they're going through, and women, who come to tell me, oh, you date this guy because you're already going to have this, and it does kind of block out other things, and it really should. I really should be looking at, him as a man and him being there for his kids, because it is attractive, I must admit, to see a man actually there wanting to take his daughter out, wanting his child there with him. So, I thank the guys in my life for opening my eyes up in that sense now. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Angelique. All you guys for coming on. Tanisha says, nothing wrong with being selfish with your standards, sis. Kyle says, I feel you. I know that's right. Get right with yourself first and get everything set before you jump into anything else, and no rush to have a child. Take your time. And that's where I am. I'm trying not, obviously I'm trying not, to rush, because if I was trying to rush, I would have had a child 10 years ago. But no kids for me right now. And like I said, I do want to, hitting my phone. I do want to get myself together first, be it with someone childless or someone who, has, 3 or 4 kids. And I love the idea of being a parent. I mean, I am open to being a step parent as well, if I do, develop that type of serious relationship with someone. Javon says, when you find the right one, you're going to be willing to deal with it. And that's true. And for me, the struggle is allowing myself to even get to that point with that person. Because, I mean, I even went on a date, a second date, not the second date, it was the first date, and we were, hoping to go into the second one. And this guy, he said he had 2 kids, and I'm like, okay, he's a nice person. I might be able to still deal with him. I really wasn't, like I said, he wasn't my first choice, and I hate to say it, but it mostly was because of the kid situation. But it was other things as well. But the thing that got to me was that he said, he has 2 kids. He said he doesn't want any more kids. So I'm like, okay, like that's not going to work, because I'm sitting here as someone who wants kids, and it wasn't a situation where he was like, oh, if I get married, then I'll have another child. It was a whole thing where, married or not, he just was like straight up, he doesn't want to have any more kids. So when he told me that, obviously there was no point of me going back out with him, because all I want is to have at least one come, whether it's from me or adopted or whatever. So it's like, I don't want people going out either, and men or women not being honest, because I've heard stories of that, not being honest that they have kids because they want to be able to continue seeing that person. I don't want people doing that. So please be honest about your sexuality too. Now that's another thing, that's a whole other topic. Be honest about what parts you got down there too, or if you had a vasectomy, because that's some devastating stuff right there. Someone like me who wants to have a child, only to find out that you don't want to have a child, or you can't have children. So please don't disclose that, or don't omit that from someone, particularly if you find out, right in the beginning that this person wants, they want a family, be it with you or someone else. Please let them know. Adrian says, I am dating someone with children. It has its ups and downs, but at the end of the day, if you really care about that person, your heart will open up even more. And that is really what I'm hoping for. I appreciate you guys saying that. Javon says, lying about anything about you is whack. Yes, very, very whack. But I haven't heard stories of people doing that. And Adrian says it should be discussed on the first date. What's up, Will? How you doing? Thank you for joining. And yeah, I definitely agree with that. And see, that's another thing, the first date. I've heard people say, oh, Quadria, when you first meet a man, don't let him know that, that you want to be married or have kids. And I'm just like, well, I mean, that defeats the purpose, because it's like, I go on 6 dates with him. Am I supposed to just sit there and just pretend that I'm just here to play along with him? Obviously, I'm not here to play along with him. I'm 31. I'll be 32 next year. I'm trying to build my career. Actually, I am, building my media career and travel, all different things. So why would I sit here and do all that not to want more? And not saying that doing all that means you have to have a child. Not everybody wants to have children, but it's a known thing. Everyone knows that. That's one of my goals, God willing, that I am able to have a child. So to me, if it's something that's so important, why would I not admit that or talk about that within the first or second date? Like, I feel like that's something that it should be out there, that I want to when I have a child, whether it's with the person I'm out with or just anyone in general. So that's a whole nother discussion there, because I've definitely heard that debated way much on Facebook and in real life as well. People saying what you should disclose or not disclose on the first date. And I think disclosing that you have children and disclosing that you want children and don't have children, that you need to put that out there. Thank you, Javon, for saying that you got to claim it on the first date, because that's something I was debating about too. I'm gonna make that another topic, what should be discussed or not discussed on the first day. I might even bring you and some other people on, male and female, and see how that goes, because people like to say, oh, that's going to turn the man off. But when you're discussing children, this is like very important. Will says, I wouldn't date someone with 2 or more children. They have 1 child. Depending on the child's age, I might date them. And that brings up another issue that some people say when a child reaches a certain age, you can no longer be influenced to them. Now, I know the whole thing about people being nervous about disciplining children, because when you're a step-parent role, it's very difficult, especially if you care and love for this child. How do you discipline them? I hear Dr. Phil say this all the time. When you're a step-parent, you can't play the disciplinary role. You just basically have to support the parent. But I feel like if you're in the house with this child, you're raising them, from whatever age on up, that you should have some type of say in that. But I don't know, because I haven't done it. Maybe you guys, maybe you guys know more about that topic more than I know, because I haven't played the step parent role. Javon says you turn them off, they ain't for you. Yes, you're very right. Hey, Mike Milton, for joining in. I'm so glad to see you guys coming on, discussing this with me. I am learning. I am becoming more open up to the idea and to the topic of dating someone with kids. Right now, I'm still, like I said, I'm still up in the air. I am open about it. I am proud to see you guys out there, taking the dads, especially out there, taking care of your kids, because it is showing me different traits and characteristics that I myself would want in the father of my children. So please, I appreciate all you guys coming on, telling me more. I do have some other points that I want to add. I pretty much touched everything as far as, the sacrificing and things like that. But, Kyle, let me see. If you had to get with a man who got kids, how old would you prefer them to be? Are you saying the kids' age? I don't know, because like I said, I've tried to avoid the whole thing. People just have told me, when a child is young, you can grow with them, they trust you more, all those issues. And they get older, like 12, 13, it's very difficult. Adrian says, at the end of the day, do what's right for your life before adding a whole nother relationship. And that's exactly where I'm at. Before I can jump into any relationship, be it someone with a child or without a child, I have to get myself together, because it doesn't make any sense to me to sit up here and not have myself have, like I said, half full, and adding a man or child to it, because again, I says, being a mother is the biggest sacrifice that you can make. And right now, I focus so much on myself, getting myself together, that I wouldn't be fit, no matter how much I want to be that role right now. And I might be in another, 2 years or so. I'm not there yet. Tremaine says, I'm a very much involved parent that's not currently with my child. Calling her my baby mama is disrespectful. But I'm a strong supporter of keeping the family together. He wrote a long thing here. I believe that a child needs that foundation. Yes, I agree with that. It's natural to be brought up under both parents in the same household, right? Unfortunately, that's not my situation, but I dive in every day to be the best father I can, and I show my daughter's mother the utmost respect so that my child can understand how a woman should be treated. When I see stuff like that, or read stuff like that, and I know him personally, so he's definitely, hitting things on the nail. He's definitely being truthful about that. That right there makes me more open to dating someone with a child. Adrian said, amen. Yes, praise the Lord, amen. We need more, men out there. And there really is a lot of them out there. You just don't see that, because you see all of the drama situations here. The men, the media things, they focus more on the men who aren't doing. But believe me, I know them. As I know Tremaine, there are men out there who is taking care of their kids, who want to be there for their children. He just took his daughter on a graduation trip, so hope you guys had fun there. I thought that was very special to see. Will says it's best to know if the person you're going to date with has a child beforehand, so neither of you waste your time. But Will, sometimes people don't mention things until they actually get you out on a date. So, you know, if it doesn't happen before, you know, I'm okay. There's certain things that I might not disclose until I get to the first or second date with that person. And like I said, by then, I think it is okay to say what you want and what you don't want in someone, because we're all at, you know, that certain age now where we don't want to play games. Some people still want to play house, whatever. I'm already, you know, getting past that stage. I don't even feel like necessarily calling someone my boyfriend. We date, I might just be like, yo, that's my king, whatever, until, you know, we reach husband and wife status. You know, I'm almost to that point here. But thank you for saying that. Like I said, first dates, I think, you know, this is so much going on, the nervousness and things, but I think that it's very important to mention, you know, really to literally mention that you have a child, that you don't want children. People somehow tend to just miss that. No, or they just, like I said, omit or they lie about it. And that's something I definitely would not do. You know, if I give birth to a child, I done went through 31 plus years of wanting one, and when I have one, believe me, you will know that I have a child. If I have to pull out, you know, the Facebook and my gallery on my phone, you will know that I have a child. So believe me, we won't get to third or fourth date without you knowing that, you know, that I have one, or that, you know, that I want to have a child. Shout out to my cousin Ty for coming on. Riz, at this point in time, in age, you're not going to find many people without kids. It's a matter of preferences and choices. This is why people don't introduce their kids until they know the relationship is solid and moving forward. Yes, that I agree with. You shouldn't do that. It's that detachment where people are struggling to separate the kids if it doesn't work. And that's another thing. If it doesn't work, then it's like both sides is devastated. You know, the child's devastated, the parent is devastated, and sometimes even the person who, you know, who didn't commit, they're devastated because now they're feeling bad that they, you know, hurt a, you know, innocent child, and they hurt you, even, you know, though things didn't work out. So yes, that's another thing I heard people tell me a lot. Sometimes it's bothersome to hear, but I hear people tell me this a lot. Oh, you're 31. Any man you date now is going to have a child. I'm like, well, not necessarily, because I know a number of men who my age or even older who aren't necessarily bachelors, but they just haven't found the right woman, and they didn't have a child. And it's not that they, you know, went through life and all the women they had just never got pregnant or never, you know, had abortions, whatever. They just never, you know, had a child. They just never got to that point, you know. So I do believe there still are men out there who you know, don't have kids, who are my age. But yes, you know, you are right. There are plenty of men now, you know, fortunately at my age now, my 30s, I am going to come across mostly men with kids. So that is another reason why I am opening up a lot more, because I am coming across very good men, you know, that have kids. Rise of the situations for mature people only. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't want to say the whole, you know, you're immature if you don't, but yeah. Tomei says, although it's wrong, some men don't mention that they have kids or a kid because they're afraid that it may run the woman away. He says, I say let her run. And Riz says, stop listening to people, do you, boo? Yes, you guys. Yeah, you guys are right. But like I said, same token, I am open, me personally, I am open to still dating a man with a child. If I can sit there and find myself being able to fall in love with you, whether you have a child or not, yeah, of course I'm going to see that. So I'm, you know, right now I'm struggling myself. Should I just, you know, just keep my eyes open? Am I lowering my standards by saying, you know, the hell with if he has 6 kids or whatever? Should I just go for it if he treats me well? I mean, I'm in this stage now. I'm just trying to keep like I said, keep my heart open and things like that, because I don't want to be super biased against anyone simply because they have a child. I am trying to be good, trying to be a little good qual and look at other qualities that people have. Javon says, I would say they're immature. Oh, hush. Shout out to Javon, by the way. He does take great care of his daughter, Jalea. So I thank you for being a great dad. I thank all of you on here that, you know, are great dads. I've seen all of you in action with your children in person. So I can definitely vouch for these gentlemen on here, proving society wrong, like I said, as black men up here taking care of their children, especially taking care of girls. Because females, you know, we can obviously be a big challenge, especially when we get to that preteen age and teenage age, getting into boys and all that mess that we stay stuck on, even in our 20s and 30s. I know, I got you cracking up. Tremaine says, but a man with kids has a responsibility to make you feel as comfortable as possible, all while making you feel like number one. And that's sometimes a big worry with women, because, you know, unfortunately, a lot of women are very selfish, and they have a hard time accepting that, you know, man taking care of his kids. For me, I understand that. I want a man who's responsible and taking care of his kids. But right now, I'm so focused on myself, I don't know if I would even be available to sacrifice. So sometimes when I say things, I'm thinking about how, you know, how I would affect the relationship. You know, they may be able to balance things out, but would I be able to balance them, and would I be able to work with them? Right now, I'm not sure if I'm able to work with someone with a child, even without a child right now, because I have so much going on. Kyle says, when I got together with my woman and with her kids, it took me some time to adjust, but in due time, I fell in love with them and treat them like my own. It was a tough start, but I got used to them. Trust me, when it happens to you, you'll love it. And I mean, I feel like that too, but it's like you guys are going to help me figure out how to get myself to that point where if I do meet that person, you know, I has a child or, you know, 2 kids, allowing myself to see past just that. And it's hard because I know children is obviously a big integral part in your life, as it would be for me if I have a child. My child would be number one. As much as I love, you know, my career and media and all these things, for me, because I waited so long, waited so many years to have this little one, you know, growing me or whatever. I already know the child will be number one in my life. So I respect men who are able to do that. Tremaine says, no, I'm saying he has a responsibility to make you feel comfortable. Yes, he does. And, you know, like I said, most men have, but I get fearful of that whole baby mama drama thing. No disrespect to the title, baby mother or mother of children. But that whole situation can make you, obviously, as a woman, if you are dating this man, make you feel uncomfortable. And, you know, that's the challenge. You know, of course, as a man, if you are able to do that, if you are able to, I don't know, maybe introduce the two women together, you know, let the mother of your child know that this is, you know, my new woman, bringing that together, because a lot of times it doesn't happen. So there's not an understanding. There's just a bunch of drama going on. Tremaine says, meaning he has to be on top of his job by not making you feel second. This is called having his priorities in order. Yes, priorities is very, very, very important. For me right now, my priority is, you know, focus on my career so that I am able to have a child and be able to provide for them financially and be there emotionally, and hopefully have the right man there who does know how to get his priorities together, have him there, someone I can trust, even have a child with. But right now, I don't think I'm there yet. You know, I have plenty of good men around me, thank God, to show me that. But do I have the right one for me that I feel like I can have that child with, you know, that support system? Because it's very, very important, as you men know, you guys are there, you do have your priorities together. You do try to work with the mother of your kids to make sure your kids are okay. So it's very, very important, as I said before, if I'm not with the baby father, if things don't work out, I need to know that he is able to not just make me comfortable, make his new lady or whatever, make her comfortable as well. Hey, Rashi, thank you for joining in. Adrian says, what's so attractive is a man who takes care of his children. Yes, it is very attractive, and as I mentioned earlier, that is one of the reasons I'm opening up to dating men with kids, because I've been seeing so many and how well that they are with the children. You know, I just say, wow, when I have a child, I would like to have, a father like this. First, I want a father that's going to, physically be there. As I said, I lost mine, so I didn't have the privilege of, experiencing what it's like to have that father there. I have father figures now, but growing up as a child, I didn't have that. So it's very, very important for me to have that relationship, that strong friendship and bond with someone, because we are going to be parents forever. Not no 18 years, not no 20 years, 50, 60 years. So till one of us go, whatever, we're gonna be parents together. Javon says, wherever the type of man you want, attract them by you being better. And, yes, that's true. Whatever type of man I am, working on myself, whether it's someone who's childless or, you know, that has a child, you know, it's very important, man or woman, that you do work on yourself too, as Javon said, to attract the type of person that you want. Yes, I know that's one of your success tips. Shout out Chris for joining as well. Will, thank you for coming on. Termaine says, right, it takes maturity to be involved in a situation like that. All parties have to be unselfish. Not all people are built for that. But then again, not all people are alike. And that's very true. I think everyone's, you know, relationship is specific to them. You guys have to work together to get things the way that it, you know, it fits perfect for you guys. What's perfect for you is not going to be perfect for, you know, the next couple. And, you know, like you're definitely right. It definitely takes, you know, maturity and being unselfish. And, you know, that's a big challenge right there. You know, myself being single and childless, I can, you know, empathize, but it's still a challenge for me because my mindset is not there yet. When I become, you know, a mother, of course, then I'm sure, like my mom and my grandmothers, I will understand what that real sacrifice is. Right now, I can only imagine, you know, even from my guide friends and family looking at you as fathers, I can only imagine, you know, the sacrifices and things that you have to make. I mean, I'm here. Sometimes you guys can't make certain events. You can't do certain things because, of course, you have a child. Things happen. So I do see that. I do see a number of things of what it's like to be a parent. So thank you guys for showing me that, because it is helping me little by little learn that, you know, I could be a little less selfish as, you know, as I grow more into a better woman and learning how, you know, to become a woman. Right now in my life, though, my main focus is to work on me, work on my career, get my finances up, because ain't nobody having no baby without having no money. So y'all all know that story, okay? Termaine says, why do I keep saying baby mama? He says, personally prefer to call the mother my child. I'm just saying baby mama because that's, you know, common theme to say, and I'm not saying that to be offensive. Saying mother my child sometimes takes too long to say. So when I say baby mother, daddy, I'm not, you know, intentionally saying that, you know, in negative context. I'm just saying, you know, well, you said mother my child, but just saying it as baby mama. I personally wouldn't necessarily want to be called, you know, that myself, but hey, you know, right now I don't have the privilege of being called either or, baby mama or mother child. But someday, you know, I will get to that point, like I said, God willing, that I will be able to be called that. Adrian said, great topic. And it's tough because when you're in 30s and you want to have kids, you come across these type of things, because someone mentioned earlier, you know, you're at that age now where most of the men you meet or women you meet now, they are going to have at least one child. So it's really something you really have to think about, because you meet someone great and it's like, okay, and then you find out they have a child. It's like you really have to think, like, seriously think, do you want to take the next step? And you hate to not take the next step just because of them having a child, which I really think that it should be more than just, you know, that one particular reason. It's just that a child, to me, like I said, is the biggest sacrifice you have to do. You really have to be, selfless once you become a parent. And it's the same if you're dating that person. You are, in a way, taking on that responsibility as well. That child gets attached to you. That detachment, someone said earlier, that detachment is a real serious thing. Marquis said, why have kids? Don't ruin your life. Him and I always have these things, and you guys should follow him, by the way, his post. But I feel like if you want to have kids, you should have kids. If you don't want to have kids, you don't. But again, tonight's topic was, you know, if you are childish and you are dating someone with kids, because if you're dating them and you're dating someone with kids, you are in a number of ways playing the role of a parent. I don't think that person should be completely dismissed because of that. And it's hard for me, Marquise, because I want to have kids, as you know. So, you know, I don't want to block someone else out just because of that one reason. That shouldn't be one reason to not date someone. Termaine says, but that's just what society puts into the atmosphere. Society meaning our culture. Yes, you're very right. And this culture is very, very strange as far as you go to other countries, by the way. They want you to have big family. Everybody wants to have big families. They blend together, all the families and things. Here in America, it's always something going on. Marquis said he's just kidding. It could be fun for you motherly, you motherly types. Yes, shout out to all the moms tonight. Shout out to all the pre-moms, the ladies out there who are pregnant or, who want to have kids. Tremaine says, what's your opinion and why is it that so many couples are separated with children? That's a whole nother topic I feel to discuss, because I can really get into that. That would make this really, really long. But really, I think the whole blended family things can be, a big topic, big issue as well. But again, I want to leave that. You actually gave me another topic to talk about, why so many couples are separated with children, and that's a whole nother thing, because it's kind of sad. I don't want to get teary-eyed up on him either, but it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of sad and kind of hurtful to know that there are so many, especially particularly in the black culture, African American families. We do have a lot of that. Oh, he's saying he's asked because, yeah, you're right. You're actually right. It is where it starts, and I don't know how we're going to get back to not having the separation. And even though we do have the separation, I am grateful to see you guys that are there, even though there are a separation, that you guys are still there to be there for your kids. Because I don't know, sometimes, and that's a fair mind too, if I'm dating somebody, is there a chance that we are going to get separated? So I'm sitting there, I think about that as well. I'm like, okay, if I have a child with him, I don't want to not be with this man, after 3 years, and then I have, a 4-year-old walking around and wondering what's going on with, mommy and daddy. Why aren't we together? So that's actually another fear of mine too, with, having my own child. Not even just dating somebody with a child, but having my own, and then, him, the father, leaving me, and then I'm in that situation where I have to walk around and, if I want to, get back into the dating scene, once I feel ready, I feel that, my child might, be able to handle that, have to walk and go on dates and admit myself that, I have a young child, 4-year-old, daughter or son, how hard that might be. So again, I want to leave that into another discussion. This is a very, very good topic, and I know a number of other people who would like to, discuss that, the whole separation with children, because it is a ridiculous amount of separations going on in America. Tremaine says, there's a bigger reason, a cultural conspiracy, but I'm not going to go too deep. LOL, people aren't ready to hear it. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, and I kind of don't, but I do want to save that for another topic. Desmond, thank you for signing on too. I might be signing off. I actually don't know how long I've been on here. I don't have a clock, so I'm just talking and interacting with you guys. I am going to have another topic, of course, next week, next Monday, each and every Monday at 7:20 p.m. I'm on here. Tremaine says we'll talk about it later. Yeah, I do want to get into that. That is, like I said, it's a great topic, discussing why do we have such a big issue of, separation with children, homes, and relationships, because it is causing a lot of this. You have all these, single mothers and, of course, single dads walking around, and it's just causing a lot. And then we're going on dates. Person tells you that they have a child, and then you're sitting there, okay, well, why not? And it's like, do you really want to get into depth of, what happened between these two people? Because it can mentally mess you up. This man tells you, something happened. As a woman without a child, I might sit there and be like, well, if you did it to this woman, how do I know that you're not going to, do this to me and leave me? And then I'm sitting up here, without the father of my child around. And believe me, that ain't going to happen with me, because my family is crazy. Both sides of my family are so crazy behind people. So believe me, if you impregnate my behind, you will be hunted down. So you ain't going to go too far with me. I got all my little gadgets and stuff here to find you. I'm only half kidding about that. But again, shout out to all, the dads out there and the moms out there with kids. So I want to, appreciate you guys. Soon I will be in that same boat. Who, only God knows when that will happen. Kyle says 8:03. You went the distance tonight. Yeah, I did. You guys kept me on, and I feel, I feel good that you guys, are interacting with me and commenting. You are, like I said, making me be more open to dating someone with kids. And I've already been opening up more than I have been last year. Last year, I was kind of like straight up like, nah, you tell me you got a kid, I might not even bother with it. And fortunately, some of the time, it's because I know how my lifestyle is. right now, even at this moment, last year now, right now, it still would be hard for me to do that. But as you guys mentioned, if you find that person that you feel like you can deal with that, then yeah, maybe I would be a little bit more open to it. Like I said, I am more open to it than I have been last year because of my relationships with you other guys, with you guys and women out there taking care of your kids. So I have opened up a little bit more to dating someone with kids. Tremaine said, nothing is guaranteed, sweetheart. Keep being particular. Do what works for you. You have that right. And that's where I am now. I do feel like I have that right to, you know, my preferences of choosing, you know, a man with a child versus one with, a man without a child versus one with one. But like I said, I am open to it. So if I do meet someone and he has all the other qualities that I may be looking for, not just what I want, but what I need in a man. If he has all of those qualities and he happens to have a child, and you know, so be it. So thank you guys for that. Marquis says, don't do it. Tremaine says, you don't want to have any regrets. I know I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to have regret either if I don't date someone who's good for me just because he has a child. Like, I don't want that to be a regret either, and I find out, you know, that I missed out on someone great, that maybe me being a step parent first before having my own child, maybe that would have been what was good for me, because right now I'm still learning how to, you know, do these things. I'm in here practicing cooking and getting all this stuff together, so I'm still in this practice mode of being a mom my own self. You know, I'm not there yet. You know, God knew it wasn't time for me yet, because I gotta get this frying stuff together, grilling and frying. So I'm still in that practice mode, but you know, I am getting there. Morgan says, start off fresh, and naturally that's what I want. I do want to have my very first with someone else's, you know, who's having their very first, you know, first child, first house, first marriage. Ideally, that's what I want. But you know, if it's not meant to be exactly that way or in that order, then you know, I'm okay with that too. Kyle says, when the time is right, you'll know when it happens. Just keep doing you until it finally happens. And Adrian says, you need some God kid. Yeah, somebody out there. I'm kind of like a part-time God aunt with some of my friends. But yeah, whoever out there, you know, having kids, one of my friends, whoever has a child, please, yes, make me a godparent. I'm putting that out there now. Make me one so that I do get some more practice in, because I actually do love kids, though. I really do. Like I said, I do want my own. I'm just not there yet. I already know how that go. Mark, you say, I'll definitely help you figure out if you still want a child of your own. Yes. Yeah, I believe that to be true. Tremaine says, I will say that the percentage of available older guys have kids or a kid, so you may have to be a sugar mama. Yes. Right. See the sugar mama part, I don't know about that. All the rest I know, but the sugar mama part, I don't know, because you got to have some type of bread, you know, to be a sugar mama. So I'll just have to be the sugar part of it. You know, my mom is actually called, her nickname is Sugar Mama, like sugar from the color purple. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I can do the whole sugar part. Maybe just the S right now. I can do that. But again, thank you guys for coming on. I will be here, as I said before, each and every Monday at 7:20 p.m. Please follow me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Scholar Media, on Twitter and Instagram at Scholar Media, and of course my personal page here at Quadria Marie Brown, or Instagram at Quadria Marie. So thank you guys for tuning in. I feel blessed, and I hope you guys have a great night. I hope I don't drop this signing off tonight. So next Sunday, I will announce my next topic for my third show. Tremaine says, stop acting like you don't have the dollars falling in your pockets. Boy, bye. I gotta give me some money. I'm praying now. I am praying that I will have them falling out. Be falling all over my pockets, from the sky, from the street, everywhere. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.